Today we are starting a new series on KTLA called Going the Distance, and we know how challenging it is to take on virtual learning at home, so we want to navigate and help you through all of this with this new series.
Yeah, we've heard from you. We've heard how stressful this pandemic has been, and now kids, of course, we know not physically going to be going back to the classrooms for quite some time. Nurse Alice is joining us live to help us get mentally refocused for the upcoming school year with ways to help kids and parents manage stress. Nurse Alice, good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, so we want to start off with what we can do around the house to help support our kids. And you say it really starts with communication, right?
It does. And I have to say that being a mother and an educator, this is something that's very important. We want to huddle up and have family meetings with our kids. We want to talk to them about what are they feeling? What are they worried about? Let's talk about some of the dynamics in the home, because now everyone's in one space. So where am I going to learn? We also want to create visual reminders for our kids. Now, I know we as adults sometimes live and die by our calendar on our phones and computers, but kids, maybe not so much yet. So let's go ahead and pull out our arts and crafts. Let's create a calendar. Let's put it on the refrigerator so everyone can see what's going on. This helps to keep people responsible, and it helps us from getting behind. And we also want to make sure that we help create a schedule or routine. We really want to try to mimic a school schedule as much as possible. And communicating with our kids and our family members to have all these in place will help reduce some anxiety and stress that we'll be feeling in the home.
Now, you also mentioned that it's important to set some realistic goals, some goals that we can all measure. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, it's very important for all of us to have goals. If we know what the goal is, we know pretty much a time frame in which how much time do I have to complete this goal, what's needed. And if we want our children to feel successful, we need to teach them these habits early on. And so while they're not in the school and doing this with their teachers, they need to be doing this at home. It helps to increase their motivation. They'll be more prepared. It shows progress. It gives them focus, and it gives them something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And parents, you know, this is a new normal for them about how to stay involved with school and the studies there. You say for the key for the parents here is to stay informed. Is how do they do that? How do they keep up with virtual learning? How do they stay, I guess, up to speed and up to date with what their kids are going through at school?
It's hard, yeah.
It is. And let me first acknowledge many parents like myself were very frustrated when the school shut down, because it's kind of like we went into the dark and we didn't have a process in place for communication. So I believe the schools this time around are a lot have better processes in place. So we want to make sure that you stay informed with notifications. So what does that look like? So perhaps for your school, it might be text messages, it might be emails. There might be a place on the website where you can gather information. That's going to be important for you to know what that is and do that before it gets started, because once school starts and you fall behind, that's a very frustrating feeling, not only for you, but your kids. They're like, Mom, I missed my textbook pickup date. Dad, this, and you know, we don't want to let anyone down, and we want to get ahead of this. As well, attend your back to school night, PTA night on the Zoom, and hopefully this is on replay. We want to make sure that we stay connected. Join your PTA, participate in parent-principal forums. And oddly enough, now that this will be on virtually, perhaps more parents can actually participate, because I know there are times in the past where I couldn't participate because it conflicted with work. So hopefully, you know, we can get more parents involved, get the kids involved, and we should be doing this as a family affair. You know, get grandma involved, get, you know, dad, your older brother, get everyone involved that could possibly help support our young ones, because it's going to take a village.
Yeah, playing catch up is no fun. You don't want to be that parent that doesn't know what's on the calendar. That's happened to me before.
And we always preach, right? Like set good practices early. Right?
Yeah, that's right. And talk, good communication. All right, Nurse Alice, thank you for all that advice, and we're all going to need it.
Yes.
By the way, you can follow Nurse Alice on social media at Ask Nurse Alice. She's got some great information there online as well.